The Team Lally show was previously recorded.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey, did you know a person's ability to extract enjoyment from their money begins to decline with age? And what we mean by that is, like, for example, travel. Adrian and I, we just spent 10 hours each way going to the Philippines. We have a few administrative assistants. We have those that are here, here on Oahu, and then we have those that are in the Philippines that work for us. In fact, Renee has worked for us for how long?
Ooh, I want to say like 13 or 14 years.
Yeah. So I'm reading this book, or we read this. I read it. Did you finish it?
I'm almost done.
Adrian's almost done, but It's called Die with Zero, Getting All You Can for Your Money and Your Life by Bill Perkins. And that was the line I read from there. A person's ability to extract enjoyment from their money begins to decline with age.
They even have like a graph in there that basically shows 45 is kind of the peak. And then after 45, it starts to decline. Right? Yeah,
and what they mean is that what happens is you start gaining more money as you get older. Mm-hmm. But the trap that people fall into is that they're waiting to go and enjoy it.
Until they retire or whatever.
Until they retire. And so what does this mean? And I'll read you the rest. The idea becomes crystal clear when you look at a person on their deathbed. Too weak and fragile to move their body, perhaps needing a feeding tube and a bedpan for some of their most basic functions. The person on their deathbed can't do much of anything except think back to what they've already done on their life. You can give them a private jet, so there's the money, to anywhere in the world, but they're just not going anywhere. Whether they've saved up $1 million or $1 billion, the money won't make a real life difference in increasing their enjoyment of what they've got left in life. Admittedly, this is a grim way of looking at the end of one's years, but it does put everything into sharp focus. At this point in life, the only person with less ability to extract enjoyment from money is the one in the morgue or the grave. So, what does this have to do with your healthy 40-year-old or however old you are now? Everything. Okay? We think about the deathbed scenarios because of the fact that we all will die, implications for every day of our lives. And what we've heard of the question, what would you do if you knew you were going to die tomorrow? Why don't you do these things now? Mm-hmm. If you know what you're going to do, if you're going to die tomorrow, why don't you do these things now? Well, the obvious answer, probably people will say, well, I'm not going to die tomorrow, so it's foolish to act as if you will. In general, when you will die, it should affect how you spend your time. So basically what he talks about is and when we got on the airplane, there was a small army of wheelchairs for who?
For the elderly, the old people. Yep. So
it's like there's two ways to go traveling. The people on the wheelchair, and I'm watching them. They're just, even one lady, she had elderly lady. She had to be moved closer to where we were because we were by the bathrooms. Because she said she needed to be close to the bathrooms and stuff like that. And even for us, we're pretty healthy and pretty fit. And 10 hours on an airplane, that's a lot.
It is. It's exhausting, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
We're so happy that we were able to visit with our team over there and just create some memories and just
do some team building.
Yeah, and just have some great experiences together.
And it's, I think, was it 57 pesos to $1? Mm-hmm. So not too bad. I think we were at the beach or something, and they would bring the beer to us for 70 pesos, and that's not even like a little bit over $1.
Yeah.
And the things that are inexpensive in the Philippines are like any kind of services or food. But we noticed like any kind of merchandise, like like Nike shoes and stuff like that, it's pretty much the same. Same
Actually,
pricing.
it seems like it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive, but you can get a massage for $40 for like what it was like 90 minutes. We got massages for $40, facials. What else did you do? You got your hair treated.
Oh, I had some hair treatment. They did cryotherapy on my hair.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
So
But
nice.
totally enjoyable. The whole culture of we got to understand our admin that are there. They're so friendly. And the culture there, everywhere you go, just everybody's just trying to serve everybody else, and they don't want you to do anything. And but we love the Philippines, and we noticed all the. I think it's balikbayan. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but everybody brings back boxes.
The Balacan box.
Yeah, balakan box. That's a short version of the name, but everybody brings so much stuff back and forth through the Philippines. So. But the stewardesses or the airline people that are on there, I don't know, don't call them stewardesses anymore, but they were like dressed so professionally.
The flight attendants.
They were dressed so professionally and so attentive. So it was a really great experience.
All right. Well, speaking of great experiences, I want to share a review.
Yes.
This one came from Rowan. Rowan says, Attilio was incredibly knowledgeable and helpful throughout the process and provided excellent recommendations and advice. The best you can go to, especially if any guidance is needed. So that was from Rowan. And then also, we've got a couple of other announcements. So Pi Day, Team Lally's annual Pi Day is back on Tuesday, November 26th from 5 to 7 at our office. Join us for a drive-through pie pickup or an office pie party with food, drinks, and karaoke. Plus, enjoy, get a pie, give a pie. Oh, the other thing too is our video of Attilio getting pied will be coming out.
Yeah.
So, be on the lookout for that.
Coming to a theater near you.
Yes, we're excited. It's going to be something new. We've incorporated another. I don't want to say person, but there's been other involvement besides me in the pieing.
Yeah.
So,
and it's always a fun day because it's, something interesting about Thanksgiving. And there's another lesson in that about the day that Thanksgiving is celebrated, and that, you really need to celebrate your rituals, because rituals are very important for us as human beings. They put us in the mindset of what we're thankful for. They bring us all together with our families. And when you change those rituals, it can be disruptive. So I learned that Thanksgiving was actually only officially put into place by Abraham Lincoln back in the 1800s. And I think it was like the fourth Thursday of the month in the month of November. But then sometimes that fourth Thursday in the month of November becomes the end of the year. And so back in the 1930s, obviously in the 1920s or 29 forward, you had the Depression. So celebrating Thanksgiving was a pretty tough holiday for everybody in the nation. But the businesses wanted to move Thanksgiving to the third Thursday. And the reason why they wanted to move it was because they wanted more shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's purely an economic decision. And they did make the change, and there was a lot of resistance. So up until the 30s, Thanksgiving was not in the day that on the Thursday that we celebrated that we are used to now. It was 1 week. 1 week later, and people were upset. I mean, there were states that, like people who lived in New York, and then you went one state over, and it was a different date. And so your families either had to celebrate it twice, or they couldn't get the days off. So be very thankful for your rituals, because they keep people together. They bring us together, and be very careful if you ever decide to make changes to those, because as human beings, we need these rituals to stay connected with each other. But piece of history there.
Yeah, so speaking of rituals, for the past several years, we've gone and served the Thanksgiving with the Salvation Army.
Down at the New Blaisdell, yeah.
Yeah, so our team
like that.
Yeah, our team will be out there serving in the morning time, the Thanksgiving lunch or brunch.
You know, that whole, tell people about the sign up. How long does it take to get the volunteers?
Oh, I mean, everyone, like there's a lot of people that are interested in signing up.
It usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. As soon as it becomes available online, it goes right away, faster than tickets to than a Taylor Swift concert.
Which is great. That means that there's so many people here locally that want to serve and help the less fortunate.
One little tip I'll give you for if your team's going down there, get to know the names of the people. Introduce yourself to them. More importantly than the food that we're giving them is the connection from you as a human being to them as a human being. And what I try and do is for my tables that I have, I memorize everybody's names. And it's not that difficult to do.
All right. So we've got an expert we trust here on the line. We've got Amphi with his estate planning tip of the week.
He's the experts we trust on trusts. Mm-hmm. Hey, Amphi.
Aloha, guys.
All right.
Hi.
What you got?
Good morning.
What you got for us this week?
Oh, man. Hey, I heard you guys went on a team travel.
Yeah, we did.
That was fun?
Yep, that was fun.
Yeah. I also was traveling, and I don't know if you heard the story, but I did lose my passport in Europe, and that was an adventure in itself.
Oh, wow.
So,
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
But you guys,
But you made it back.
You figured it out.
They let you back in the country, right?
yeah, they did.
Yeah. All right. So what little nugget you got for our listeners this week?
This has been fortunate, very busy helping families really create their plans. Nothing right now really stands out for me, other than, like I said, it's one of those things that's important to everybody that they have to look at doing, which is their planning. As I said many a times, if you don't plan, the state of Hawaii will plan for you. And just that.
Amphi, I always say this. It's not necessarily anything new. It's just reminding people
let's have Amphi
of what they should know.
Let's share a recent situation that Amphi was able to help our client and our team through. And it was because of, the lack of a trust. And they thought, like, if they held title a certain way, that it would protect them. So it seems like this is maybe just a misconception that people have when they are, taking title to properties. So let's, so Amphi, could you share a little bit about like the backstory and then how we're able to get it resolved?
Yep, that was one of those cases that kept on giving, not in a good way, but a great learning experience and a great lesson taught, to families. And I actually asked the client, I go, what was the reasoning she did what she did? And she shared with me her purpose was to protect her property.
Yeah.
So she decided decades and decades ago that at that time she felt it was a great idea to protect her property by giving a really small fraction of her property to her brother who was living with her. Small kind. Mm-hmm. It was 5%. Okay? And forgot about it, and lo and behold, brother passes away about 10 or so years ago, and then now they didn't do anything about it, and I think last year or this year, she needs to sell the property, and she's really looking at this to help her with her retirement.
Yes.
Come to find out, the property is not owned by herself in severalty, and brother has a 5% interest. And that in itself led to all of these things that needed to be done. Very costly in terms of what she had to pay, because now we had to open up probate.
Yeah.
Costly because, she no longer had a tenant. She was relying on the funds that were coming from the property. It just was, long story short, all avoidable. If she wanted to protect the property, all that she needed to do was put that property into a trust.
Yeah.
And that would have saved her. And we're talking about, when you think about lost income, talk about the process of what we needed to do to get everything current and correct what was done, I would say well over 20 something, maybe $25,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is what it costed for us to fix, and not only us, myself, but the entire team to get it to where it needed to be. And, and fortunately, we were able to move things fairly quickly. And if there were anything else, it just was one thing after another.
Yes.
It just so happens he was married before, and it was happening. He has children from previous relationships. He has children now. He's married.
Yeah.
It kept going,
Yeah.
But
on and on and on.
we were able to help.
Yeah, and that's the same thing you do if you were to just put it in the kids' names. Is just the trust is just a much easier, more efficient way to pass on that property to your heirs.
Correct.
Then it sounds counterintuitive. Well, I'll just put it in their names. No, all kind of problems because of probate. People don't live forever. People pass on. And then you got, what's happening with their inheritance. And my grandfather has a property like this. There must be 82 people now that are beneficiaries of this property. And no one can figure it out. So, and it's owned free and clear. There's no mortgage on it. So the only people benefiting it just happens to be the cousins that live on it. But, if it was in a trust, we wouldn't be there today. So folks, Amphi, all you got to do is give them a call, do a consultation, and get it all squared away.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Amphi.
Thank you, Amphi.
Hey, thank you guys. Welcome home.
Oh,
Look forward to seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Attilio.
All right. All right.
Thank you,
Take care.
Adrian. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Aloha.
So that's Amphi with the Estate Planning Group. If you go to the resource tab, you will find experts we trust, and he's right there.
Just go to teamlally.com. All right. Another expert we trust. Who's that, Adrian?
We got Jody, the mortgage genius, with her mortgage tip of the week.
Hey, Jody.
Hi.
Hello.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the ultra confusing economic data that keeps coming out. And it's hard to condense in a little quick, 60 seconds. But the long story short is that the Fed came and decreased the overnight rate by 50 basis points, which sounds like the most amazing news since sliced bread. But the ultimate reaction in the past 2.5 weeks is that rates are at their highest levels since pretty much the beginning of the year. So rates had that nice little what we call a blip, right? Which was anticipating the rate drop. But then since the Fed has decreased the overnight rate, mortgage rates have been steadily increasing. And the reason has to do with a lot of mixed economic data. And number one being that there's this thing called consumer confidence. And consumer confidence is pretty self-explanatory. It's how are the people of the nation feeling as far as their budgets and their pocketbooks and their outlook on the future. And consumer confidence actually just came out today, and it's at its highest level in the past 2 years. And it's so crazy to me because I still go to the grocery store and I do still feel like everything is, I go there, and I'm spending a lot of money on food, right? So I'm kind of thinking who are these people and why is their consumer confidence so high? On the flip side, the unemployment data finally had a small slowdown, which is, it's still, unemployment is still not where it needs to be in order for, I think, the mortgage rates to drop back down. So there's still more jobs, people employed and versus being unemployed, right? We need I know it sounds harsh, but we do need unemployment to increase before mortgage rates are going to come down and stay down, not just come down for, 36 hours and then go back up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's happening right now with the rates, and we are truly today at a 11-month high.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the market, which is what I've been telling our buyers that are not sitting on the fence is there's some deals to be had. Some houses are sitting a little bit longer than maybe they want to. And so there are some deals to be had as far as at least being able to have some negotiating power as a buyer. And that is going to be your silver lining in this type of interest rate market.
Yeah, I think with the higher interest rates and us coming into the holiday season, there's definitely some opportunities because, maybe some sellers want to get their home sold, prior to the end of the year for whatever reason.
Well, for the good news for you buyers is that year over year, single family homes inventory is up 24%, condos up, I think 58%. So we have a lot more inventory on the market right now than we did a year ago. And a year ago, weren't interest rates, I think, like 7%? I
think they're about the same.
Yeah.
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 And now we're in the sixes. So and the single family home median income price has increased 6% year over year. So buy a home. Buy it now.
Right. Right. Buy it while you can.
Yeah, buy it while you can.
As rates continue, we've been talking about it, but it is because it is it's statistically confirmed that as rates come down,
prices go up.
A ton more buyers are going to flood into the market, and it is going to get much more difficult to even get your offer accepted.
Yeah.
So that's also the silver lining, right? It's like less competition, more buying power. Well, not more buying power, but as far as rates go, but more power as a buyer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when supply goes up and demand goes down, prices go down. When supply goes down and demand goes up, prices go up. And people got to realize that, interest rates and inventory. Interest rates and inventory. Those are the two key factors that affect pricing. In addition to supply and demand. And so when all of those things are, you just got to, and here's everybody's hearing all this stuff. And Jody, would you agree? Whether you understood everything we said exactly like you're an economist, or you didn't understand one dang word we said, is the advice, buy now.
Right. Buy now.
Yeah.
Buy now. If you are at a price point that fits within your budget and within the property type that you're looking for and the property characteristics, then now is the time. Yeah,
I think the big myth that people rely upon is, I'm just going to wait till the market corrects. It's never going to correct. It's just only going to go up. You'll have short-term corrections, and then you got to be this person with the best crystal ball on the planet to know that. But just buy now, because in the long term, 20 years from now, this home's going to be worth more. The real estate that you buy is going to be worth more.
It'll be worth more. And then if you turn it into an investment property, the rents will just continue to rise and go up. Yep. So you'll become more profitable in your, with your rentals. Okay. So thank you, Jody.
Thanks, Jody.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
All right.
So that's Jody Tonga, the mortgage genius of Pacific Rim Mortgage. She's an expert we trust. You can find all about them on teamlally.com. So before we take a break, we do have a deal of the week in Waianae.
Yeah, so hey, every time. It's a stunning 2-bedroom, 1-bath gem in Waianae, priced at just $345,000.
It has an open floor plan highlighted by vaulted ceilings throughout kitchen and living area.
And it comes fully furnished, top-of-the-line entertainment system and luxury kitchen.
It's located in a gated community with security guards on site, and you'll have peace of mind with 24/7 security.
Plus, the views are unbeatable. Enjoy garden, mountain, ocean, and even sunrise and sunset views every day.
All right. For activities, the community has it all. Beaches, golfing, hiking, pools, and a tennis court.
In excellent condition and priced at just $345,000. This is an amazing opportunity. Don't miss out. Schedule a showing today.
All right. Okay, so we are going to take a break, but stay with us. When we come back, we'll be talking with Kenji Vendetta, lead home inspector of Pillar to Post.
Yes.
Kenji will give us a look inside at home inspections and what every homeowner should know. You won't want to miss this.
Stay with us.
Hey, did you know that Team Lally has a radio show on our sister station, AM 690, FM 94.3, The Answer? Well, it's a good thing Mark was tuned in that day. He had inherited a unit in Y&I and was curious about selling. Of course, he called my friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu, to come take a look. After seeing the unit, Adrian and Attilio got to work giving Mark some pre-sale advice. Since they noticed the property needed a little TLC before listing, they got to work immediately. And the home received 2 offers in only a few short weeks and closed. And you know what comes next? Over asking price. When you need to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama, trust Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally to do the job for you. Call 808-799-9596. Again, that's 808-799-9596. Visit teamlally.com, spelled Lally, Lally.
Taking one cash offer for your home doesn't have to be your only option. I'm Barbara Corcoran, and especially in today's current market, having a local real estate agent who offers great marketing and options that are customized to fit your needs is smart. In Honolulu, the agents I trust are Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. They can give you a guarantee to sell your home, flexible fees, or up to $10,000 in cash to help with repairs. Get the option that's right for you. Go to teamlally.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, talking with the only real estate agent in your market I recommend. Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. So now that the market is normalizing again, how's that going to impact home selling right now?
Sean, let's explain what a normal market is. It's when it's neither a buyer or seller market. Both buyers and sellers have equal negotiating strength and need to focus on a win-win strategy to close. We have over 7 highly successful strategies that get homes sold.
So is now the time to sell?
Sean, the best time to sell is when you need to move. Stop trying to time the market. Smart people spending a lot of money try to time the market and fail. Again, the best time to sell is always when you're ready to move.
Great update. Thank you for keeping us informed. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Our guest today grew up in Waianae and attended Maili Bible High School with a passion for self-improvement and business know-how. He spends his free time listening to podcasts focused on financial advice and marketing strategies.
As the lead home inspector at Pillar to Post, he first joined the company when the previous owner sought his expertise amid overwhelming demand. After a change in ownership in 2018, he was retained to manage daily operations and lead inspections. Please welcome back today's guest, Kenji Vendetta.
Hey, Kenji.
Hey there. How are you guys?
Good. So let's talk about you guys have a new, homepage? What's new on you guys' homepage?
Yeah.
Besides it being new.
So it's a new thing. Before we used to do all the binder presentations.
Yeah.
But we will kind of want to step away from that aspect and provide a different service.
Okay.
And the service is your clients and agents to get their own dedicated homepage or web page. So that way they can view their inspection reports, view any type of additional testing reports that is on there.
Yes.
If they want to share their inspection report with contractors, family members, they can send it off to them with a quick share link that we have. So it's very easily accessible. If they, go with their premium or prestige packages, they can jump into our 360 virtual tours, see the floor plans, as all access, everything that comes with Alert to Post is all on one page for your clients to have access to. All they have to do is just bookmark it, save the webpage, and they're good to go.
So Kenji, with this, with the property, this inspection having its own webpage, how long does it stay up for? Is it like forever or like a certain amount of years? How does that work?
Right now, we have a 10-year hold on the webpage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the duration that we're looking at. It could be extended depending on the situation, but for right now, we're holding them for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense because most people tend to move after here in Hawaii it's a little bit more frequently, but maybe like after 7 years on average we see people moving along.
Well, 7 years is the statute of limitations, and so probably that it's good. You probably have gone beyond that because that's like a minimum for us to keep data on a home that someone's purchased, and if somebody was not happy with what they got, at least they got that data for the next 7 years. And you should be, when you switching ownership, you should get a new home inspection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, and even if you sold your home 20 years later, a home inspection from 20 years ago is not going to make sense because you're buying the home today, right? So the condition and the state of the property today as we switch ownership is the most important. But I like that you guys are doing that because instead of printing out a big manual, this is totally earth-friendly.
It's digital, shareable.
Way easier to share with people. And then also, too, if you guys have to update something or change something, it's done for everybody instantaneously because it's on the webpage.
You know, the other cool thing, because I watched a little, he sent us a commercial about it, and has like all like if there's any kind of recalls on any of the appliances and, just information about all the appliances. It's just all there. You don't have to be like Googling or searching. It's just all right there on your webpage. So
yes, everything that they need pertaining to the home will be available in one spot. When it comes to the agent, you know how you're like, hey, I need this report for this or this home that we worked on 3 months ago. You're just hunting through your emails.
Yes.
For the agent, they get a drop-down list box on the left-hand side that has all the property addresses that they've done with us.
Nice.
So now there's no deviation. There's no reason for them to go hunting. They have their own dedicated webpage, and all the reports or home inspection reports are right there. And if they have a TC or transaction coordinator, they can share the link with the TC, so that way the TC will be able to see the same inspection reports for that respective agent.
Yeah.
So.
And it's all on the file.
To share it.
Yep.
It's all online. It's all in the cloud. So it's when I upload or if I make any changes to the report instantaneously, everybody else will be able to get that updated file as well. So it makes it super streamlined, super easy for people to navigate. And it comes with a tutorial, and if they forget how to use it, on the top of it, they'll have this little button where they can click on how to navigate, and it's super user-friendly.
Nice. And now, is this part of the new program or that you've launched, or there's something more? Or wait, there's more.
This is, it's part of it with our ultimate home inspection packages. This is what we've we've launched, that PTP home manual, the 360 tour, the floor plans, all of that came together with this home page into one unit. Before we would have, when we send you an email, you would have all these different links to click on to have access. Now it's accumulated into one designated area for your clients to make it easy, very user friendly.
So one easy link, just one click, and it's all there.
Yeah, this is good news for everybody out there because, we know for a fact not everybody's going to sell their home through Team Lally, and that's okay. But we want 100% all of you to use Kenji and Pillar to Post.
For your home inspections.
Here's an example. Every single one of our listings, we do a 360-degree virtual tour. So you already have that with all of ours because we're using it for the upfront marketing.
And the floor plans, too.
And the floor plans and everything else.
Our Matterport tours. Yep.
So if you're using some other agent, you can still have this opportunity to get this done through Kenji to Pillar to Post. Or wait, maybe just use Team Lally. But this is great, having it all on one link, and then will last for at least 10 years. Could be longer if upon request. You know what? Talk about the other, like you have your basic home inspection, and then there are other things like mold, pools,
AC,
photovoltaic systems, pools,
all those add-ons.
How does that work?
All right. So right now we have we do mold, asbestos, and lead testing.
Okay.
So that we take a sample of the respective areas and we'll send that off to the mainland lab for results.
Okay.
For the results for that. As far as third-party vendors, what we can do is we'll coordinate it to have it done during the inspection, so everything is taking place at the time of the inspection. If you want a sewer scope, all these other sewer scope, have a licensed contractor come out, look at flooring, measurements, whatnot. We'll try to coordinate it during the inspection. So that way, when we do the presentation, we can answer all those questions at the designated walkthrough time.
Nice.
So all of that can be coordinated and taken care of within our home inspection process.
And trying to, I think for the homeowners, the sellers, that's convenient as opposed to having all these separate inspections. What you were saying?
Yeah. PV, we don't test the system. We make sure that there's nothing funny with it and stuff. But we'll always be, hey, let's get a vendor out here. And if the client really wants a vendor out there, we'll coordinate it to have them be there on the day of the inspection and have everything transparent on the day of the inspection so that they have all the information moving forward, whether they want to purchase the house or they want to walk away. That way we're not waiting inspection, wait 2 days later, get another vendor, wait another, and we're constantly pushing that J1 date back. So we try to get it done all at once and move forward from there.
Yeah. One of the things, too, we offer with ours is one of our vendors with Hawaii Unified is that we can get them a free estimate if the home doesn't have it and get them an estimate on what it would cost if you don't have it at all and what it would cost to upgrade your system if you, for example, don't have batteries or enough photovoltaic panels. And then I think the important thing, too, is typically we always just say get the estimate, but if you have a system and batteries and everything and it's producing more than you need, then everything's functioning okay, and we don't want to have our clients doing unnecessary tests. But I like the fact that you said that those are the third-party vendors because you're mastering the general home inspection and not trying to be an expert on everything, which is good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the source of the source and being a resource and making it easy. Yeah. Right? Trying to just making the one appointment for all of the inspections.
Yeah. Talk about, is anybody, because sometimes we do recommend this in our certified pre-owned marketing program, is doing a home inspection up front. Do you guys have, talk about that? Do you get requests for those? Is this different pricing?
Okay, so we actually market that as a market-ready inspection.
Okay.
So that's what it sounds. That's
what you guys call it.
That's what it basically is. Yep. There is no price difference because we're still doing the same thing. We're doing a full-blown inspection on the property. The difference is now you actually are able to take that information, have your sellers and have the agents price the home where it needs to be priced at. So,
and you know what's so cool?
The idea is to make it
you have a hyperlink. So it's so easy to add it to your marketing now that you guys have it all there. So even better. Yeah.
And then it gives the owners a checklist of things that they can take care of prior to going active on the market. Or it's just, they offer some kind of a credit because they don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
But, it's like there's less surprises when you do this market-ready home inspection.
I think it might be helpful, too, because sometimes you guys have the ability with your technology and equipment to detect water leaks that are not visible to the naked eye. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I just did one yesterday, and they weren't realizing that their shower drain line is leaking. So having a market-ready inspection would have caught that ahead of time.
Yeah.
They could have. Now they're going to have to. Now they have to physically repair it because it is an active leak within the home.
Yes.
Compared to taking care of that ahead of time and either have it looking nice and now they actually can get the market value instead of having to shovel that out and lose money on the sale.
Yeah, because so for folks, if you're listening in, the three things so once you get into escrow fully executed, we tell people don't go buy the plane tickets and, if you're leaving to the mainland or be popping the champagne bottles just yet, because you have three major areas you need to go through. First one is the home inspection. Next is termite inspection. And then next is the appraisal. And it's like, going somewhere really fast and you got green lights, no problem. But then if you get, active shower drain leak, red light with traffic, with one accident, and you got to stop and you got to fix everything before you continue on your path of travel for closing escrow. So you're right in that if they had done that beforehand and got it fixed, it wouldn't have been an issue at all.
And no negotiations or buyers feeling uncertain about the, just the condition of the home.
The repair probably would have cost you less because you would have taken your time, gotten 3 estimates, had to slow down. Whereas in escrow, it's go, 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 go. You got to rush. Mm-hmm. You got to find a plumber. You take the first one because they can fix it now because you're trying to get that back to that repair and buy a licensed plumber and that proof of it back to the buyer ASAP to keep the transaction moving along. So we just did your commercial for what are you guys calling it again? Market ready?
Market ready home.
Market ready home inspection.
So, so Kenji, I know that it's been a little while since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
And I always find this very interesting. With the licensing requirements to be a home inspector, can you touch on that? Like, what is required for you to call yourself a home inspector here in Hawaii?
And and talk about the certifications that you do have that validate making you the expert that Team Lally trusts.
Okay, so as far as certification goes, there's 2 of them.
Yep.
And they're national programs. One is a NACHI, and then the other one is ASHI. So those are 2 different certifications that an individual can gather, and we carry them.
Yeah.
There is other sub-certifications that you can carry, but they're not acknowledged throughout that is national.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like going to LCCA and getting, a certificate to be able to do something. So we carry those as well. But generally in the state of Hawaii, there is no certificate or licensing that they've mandated for us to take. Other states has that requirement. Washington, California, Texas, those different states have that requirement. I think Hawaii might be following suit with those other states, but I'm not
as of yet
certain.
So
not as of yet.
But you guys are also a national franchise, right?
Mm-hmm. So they have standards. Pillar to Post has some pretty strict standards
for you to maintain your franchise license.
Yeah.
Yep. We have to be part of some form of national certification to be able to be hired.
Yeah.
With Pillar to Post and do inspections.
Yeah. So if, not to say that this could be true, but there's no motivation or requirements or accountability if you're Joey Bag of Donuts Home Inspection Company.
Correct. Or anybody could just say that they're a home inspector. They just print a business card at Office Max.
Yeah. And, so we've taken the time to have been in business with you for a long, long time, seen firsthand the quality of the inspections, and then the fact that you guys are constantly improving. Mm-hmm. It's very hard for a one-off home inspector to have an update to a website. I mean, that must have cost Pillar to Post, thousands and thousands of dollars to make that kind of coding update, especially, and to allow for the 360 tours. It's pretty substantial amount of information that you're providing to the potential buyer of someone's home. And it's good for the seller and the buyer, right? Because everybody is, everything is wide open, above board, you know exactly what you're getting into. And sometimes even, even the sellers don't, like you said, that seller didn't even realize that an active leak on their shower drain. So they couldn't disclose something to you that they weren't even aware of till we did the home inspection.
Correct.
All right. What other?
And that's why you hire us, to find those things.
Adrian's got a question.
Well, Kenji, before we wrap it up with you, maybe you can share
another story,
a quick success story of how your home inspection helped one of your clients.
All right. Besides the one that it did find,
shower drain.
Another one was in this was a for sale. Well, he had an agent, and he took him 2 years to do the remodel of his townhouse.
Oh wow!
And he did it himself. The seller did it himself. So, and when I did the inspection, there was a leak again, another leak with a shower. But that particular owner was so invested in doing the remodel, and it looked so fabulous, that he actually came out that night to find and figure out where that leak came from. And so it ended up being a really smooth transaction because the seller was super involved and happy to do these repairs. And he wasn't like, oh, it was not a combative transaction. It was very smooth. We're hand in hand together with this. Everything worked out. So yeah, that was a good, turnaround of be like, hey, we found this big issue of a leak, but when you have a willing seller and a willing buyer to be able to make those repairs, it goes along smoothly. So again, if they were to have that pre-listing and market ready inspection, we would have caught that ahead of time. But, we found it during the inspection, and now you got happy clients on both ends. One put in the hard work, and one was really patient for the homeowner to take care of it.
I do
it
want to
was really nice to see.
Yeah, I want to add some broker advice to the people out there. Adrian and I have both been brokers for quite a few years. We've probably got, 1,600 transactions under our belt. So it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. You can be in the business for 40 years and you only done 100 transactions, or you can be in the business for 20 years like Adrian and myself, and we've done, 10 times more than most realtors will do. And this has given us hands-on experience. And I'll tell you, sometimes buyers will want to make their offers more competitive and not do a home inspection. I will tell you that's a big mistake. What you can do is just say it'll be for informational purposes. But my number one advice regarding home inspections for buyers, never, ever, ever, ever skip it. And my number one advice for sellers, never, ever, ever let anybody buy your home without a home inspection. And then our third piece of advice, always call Kenji from pillar to post.
Love it. That's right.
So always get a home inspection, always use Kenji, and your life will be so much happier.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, Kenji, for coming on the show and giving us the great news about the updated homepage and all these new tools and resources that Pillar to Post is providing for their the buyers.
Yeah, for peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kenji.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All righty.
All right, so Kenji is an expert that we trust, and you can find him on the resource tab of teamlally.com.
So just a quick recap, because we, with our experts we trust, of what we covered with you today. So it's Kenji with Pillar to Post. He's got the, I don't even know if I'm saying, I know the second one was ASHI, because it reminds me of like when you don't have enough lotion. But he has the ASHI certification, and then I'm going to just call it Nacho. I think it was Norco or something like that, but maybe Nacho Cheese was his first certification.
He has 2 national certifications. And
he's part of a national franchise, which holds their franchise owners to a higher standard.
And they also require him to go through training pretty frequently. So it's not just get your certification and then you're done.
You have to recertify. And he's done, if not thousands, hundreds of home inspections, all kind of condos, all kind of homes, new homes, medium old homes, and super old homes, and he's seen it all.
Yes.
So
And he's
highly recommend it.
Mastery level, 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So before we wrap it up, we just have a few more minutes. I want to share a recent story where we got a home in Eva Beach in escrow with 0 days on market.
All right. And this was 91249 Hanapu'uli Circle, Unit 20C. So, we're not just making it up. We went in a clear game plan. We did what are these 3 things, Adrian?
Well, I just want to talk about how do we get a home 0 days on market. So
here's how we did it.
Yep. So there's a coming soon status, which basically the home is advertised to other agents and the buyers can't see it, but the agent is looking, and then they brought it up to their buyer's attention.
Yeah.
And of course, yes, we prepared the home quickly, and we marketed effectively. And
sell the home in the most amount of money, most amount of time. Most amount of money in the least amount of time. 0 days on market. I don't know how faster you can get than that. Mm-hmm. The goal was to help the sellers get into escrow with home they had chosen in Texas. Secured an incredible cash offer before going live on the market with that coming soon that Adrian just talked about.
Yep. The seller's Texas agent presented our marketing plan to the sellers of their soon-to-be Texas home. So this was
the seller of their home in the mainland.
This was a contingent offer. So they wanted to buy a home in Texas, but they had to sell this home in Eva. So they were able to secure that home.
So the Texas sellers and the agents were like, yahoo! And they were impressed. That's exactly what they said. They accepted our client's offer before we went into escrow. Boom, there's your success story. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was wonderful. And we should be closing on that very soon as well.
All right. So remember, go to our website. Go for Pi Day, which is coming up, what?
That November 26th.
26th. If you do it early, we'll deliver a pie on your behalf the day before, on November 25th. All righty.
Mm-hmm. And we will be raising money for U.S. vets, so bring your donations.
Yes,
or you can always
helpful.
just contribute directly to usvets.org.
And tell them you heard about it on Team Lally.
And you can go to teamlally.com/pi to sign up. Again, that's teamlally.com/pi.
Hope to see you at our pie party.
Yes, and bring your pets.
Yes.
We all have some pup cups for the furry friends.
Yes.
It'll be so much fun.
And
okay, so thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
And Jody and Derek of Pacific Rim Mortgage.
Bradley with Allstate Insurance.
Kenji with Pillar to Post Home Inspections.
John with Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke with Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Robinson of Fine Line Paintworks.
Amphi with Estate Planning Group.
Jason Wu, Attorney at Law.
Rhino with Hawaii Unified.
Janice of Dream House Drafting.
Fabio of Hawaii Water Restoration. We actually used them recently. They were awesome.
Jake of Go Local Power.
If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Leah Rodriguez, our producer here in the studio.
Chee-hoo.
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life
forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed
Sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks
and aloha.
The preceding program was sponsored by Team Lally.